What is Buy Now, Pay Later? You should be watching this. Square, a US payments company, just agreed to pay an eye-popping $29 billion for Afterpay, an Australian Buy Now, Pay Later fintech. Technically, they aren't paying the $29 billion out of their own pockets. It's a stock-only transaction. Square would reimburse Afterpay owners with its own stock rather than cash, implying that there will be no cash involved. But that doesn't change the fact that there's a huge problem. In reality, it demonstrates how large Afterpay's business model, Buy Now, Pay Later (BNPL), has become. As a result, in today's Fine Shots, we discuss all of this and more. Before starting today's video, make sure to subscribe to our channel. BNPL is currently on fire, not only in the United States, but also in India. Here's a little primer on the term if you're unfamiliar with it. Consider this scenario. You're looking for shoes and come across a great pair worth $2,000 on an e-commerce app. However, it's a little out of your price range. For a brief moment, you disregard all caution and place the shoes in your purchasing cart. However, reality sets in soon enough and you begin to consider canceling the transaction. The app then proposes a BNPL option, seemingly out of nowhere. You are not required to pay the $2,000 at this time, you can pay it in next month instead. Buy now, pay later as the terms and conditions specify, without interest. It appears to be too good to be true. You buy it now anyhow and you're left wondering, why on earth are they letting you buy a product right now without even asking for payment? So here's the deal. BNPL is created to make a hefty purchase appear more manageable. Considering what would happen if you didn't have this option, you would have abandoned the purchase and the e-commerce retailer would have missed out on the possible sale. This is a disaster. It's difficult to say no when organizations like Afterpay or LazyPay in India provided a BNPL solution. After subtracting a little charge, LazyPay will pay the e-commerce store $2,000 in the scenario. Then they'll come to get it from you the following month. They may charge you a late fee if you do not pay on time, but that's all there is to it. This is how they make the majority of their money. While there's a significant probability that some of these people will fail to pay, BNPL enterprises must accept the risk. They'll take the hit to their profits and move on. Why are BNPL services attracting more interest than credit cards? Why do young people find BNPL appealing? Indian customers, like all consumers, crave trust and transparency in their transactions, something that is severely lacking when it comes to traditional credit cards, says Nitya Sharma, CEO and co-founder of Simple Consumers, have a strong aversion by using credit cards. And the largest source of this aversion is the hidden cost or the different transaction fees that credit card companies charge their customers. Annual maintenance fees, cash advance fees, gasoline surcharges, and GST taxes are only some of the most additional costs as user incurs while using a credit card. He continues, the BNPL service is completely digital, online, and instant. Paying at the time of the delivery builds trust in the transaction, and cash on delivery is a true one-click checkout. And this is what BNPL services offer consumers. It is simpler and quicker to apply for and receive approvals, and agent is not required to come over for paperwork. The virtues of BNPL, such as easy registration, ease of usage, and quick checkout, speak directly to the digital-savvy, card-averse clients who expect speedy and accessible small credits at their fingertips. Says Hinduja of Capital Float. Millennials utilize BNPL to not just buy necessities, but also pursue their dreams, such as taking an upskilling course or traveling to a dream location. This is a great opportunity for e-commerce companies, food delivery applications, and other similar businesses to increase transaction volume. They can persuade you to make repeat purchases and place greater orders. When transacting, there's less friction. It's also a good chance for BNPL enterprises to make some money. In fact, if they notice you're the type of customer that pays on time, they may allow you to upgrade to the higher ticket loans with EMIs and such. So yes, there is promise. Having said that, there are some dangers to be aware of. Special considerations for buy now, pay later purchases. There are a few things to keep in mind when making a BNPL purchase. First and foremost, you must comprehend the repayment terms to which you are agreeing. Again, each purchase now, pay later company may have its own set of rules. Some companies, for example, may demand you to pay the remaining debt in bi-weekly installments over the course of a month. Others may allow you 3, 6, or even 9 months to pay off your purchase. Your interest rate, if there is one, may vary based on the loan terms. It's also important to understand how your payments will function so you can budget for them. This assures that you can not only afford but also make your payments on time. Late fees may apply if you miss a payment on a buy now, pay later deal. Your late payment history may be reported to the credit bureaus, lowering your credit score. Also, keep in mind that while you might be qualified for 0% APR point-of-scale installment loan, it's not a given. Platforms that let you buy now and pay later can impose interest on purchases that can quickly match or exceed what you'd pay with a credit card. And unlike with a credit card, you won't get any rewards for purchases made using buy now, pay later plans. The red flag. Despite all the advantages and appealing features, industry professionals advise clients to exercise caution while using the buy now, pay later service. Late fees or penalties are charged as one-time fees, which are normally not compounded unlike credit cards. However, it varies from lender to lender. It's vital to remember that a BNPL is still a loan, and BNPL providers must record one's repayment history to credit bureaus. Experts advise that, just like any other loan, the consumer must make time repayments to preserve a good credit score, because most BNPL providers disclose repayments to credit bureaus. For one thing, most BNPL firms still handle minor transactions, and to be honest, margins are abysmal here. Then there's the fact that they accept those who don't have a credit history, so if they can't adequately assess risk, things might turn ugly. More crucially, large merchants are now developing their own BNPL solution in-house. As a result, standalone businesses may face stiff competition in the near future. However, the impact BNPL has had on consumer behavior, particularly in India, is evident. By reducing buyers' buying reluctance, BNPL helps retailers increase conversion rates, and average order values (AOV) is projected to grow in popularity as a payment system that benefits all participants. For example, like other BNPL service providers, Paytm, Postpaid, and Amazon Pay, Flipkart recently expanded its Flipkart Pay Later services to make credit available not just on the platform, but also on additional partner channels. In this country, few people have credit cards. They do, however, have lofty ambitions to live their lives as they see proper, and BNPL enterprises are assisting them in achieving this goal. In fact, they're pulling business away from traditional banks in the process. According to one McKinsey report, thus far, fintechs have taken the lead, to the point of diverting $8 billion to $10 billion in annual revenues away from banks. According to McKinsey's consumer lending pool's data, in our view, only a few banks are responding fast enough and boldly enough to compete banks that underestimate the threat that may see continued loss in share and could lose out on participating in a growing value pool and gaining share among younger and new to credit customers. So if you've ever wondered why a US business paid $29 billion to buy a BNPL company, now you know. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on any of our videos. Also, watch the next two videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.